What's going on, guys? Hey, we're starting something new today. We're doing kind of it's like the worst lighting for an intro ever, but we're doing a kind of a new style of video where we kind of prep vehicles, wash them, talk through whatever is on our mind, and also kind of give you some tips and pointers probably as we go along with with what we're doing. And just to preface this, if you guys are trying to figure out if you want to watch this whole video, it's going to be more of like a podcast vibe, longer form, not cinematic, nothing like that, but more just kind of what's on our mind and talking through stuff while we wash the vehicle. So it'd be cool if you guys could share this, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and let's get it. Soap, one is water, and then we just add an extra one in for wheels. You could always do your wheels last if you wanted to not get the debris from your wheels on the paint, but I like to wash the wheels, the engine bay, door jamb, stuff like that first, because you're just going to spray a bunch of crap all over the car anyways, and then you want to rinse that off and wash after. So I like to have a separate bucket. We have an older crappy wash mitt in there. That way we can use that for like door jambs, engine bay, under the hood, wheels if needed, stuff like that. And yeah. The only other thing is the what do you call it? Grit guard.
The grit
inside
guard.
The bucket.
Grit guard.
Which it's just like a little. I'll just pull it out. It's
You're
like
out
a
of
little,
frame right there. He's coming.
I'm coming. It's like a little, I'm sure you guys have probably seen these before, but it's like a little grate thing that prevents you from scraping up any dirt from the bottom of the bucket. So those are cheap, easy addition. So yeah, we always start with the kind of the dirtiest stuff on the vehicle. So start with the engine bay, the wheels, kind of go from there. So
It's not too bad.
yeah, this thing's not too bad. So what are you using?
I'm using the degreaser.
What kind of degreaser?
Dual wielding.
What kind of degreaser, my
Forearm
friend?
workout. This is the Purple Power.
Purple Power.
Degreaser.
You don't have to buy.
Not sponsored.
Non-sponsored.
Not sponsored.
You don't have to buy expensive detail products. Please, if you're at home and you're like, I have the whole Adams line and I spend $25 on a little 16-ounce bottle of degreaser.
I went to Costco and got the 14-pack Armor All discount.
But it's like, we literally buy a 5-gallon container of degreaser for like $25 and dilute it, and it works great for a lot of the things that we use degreaser for. Tires, engine bays, even like, dirty interiors, stuff like that. So this detail industry, especially the products, it is, there's a lot of crap, a lot of people trying to sell you stuff you don't need. I wonder if you guys can hear me over this. What we should have done is we should have tested whether or not they can hear us over the pressure washer.
They can't hear us. I'd highly doubt they can hear us over the pressure washer.
I feel like, I don't know. Can you wash mitt that?
Wash with that? Yeah.
If you guys are ever doing your engine bay, it's intimidating looking because you feel like you're going to ruin your engine, but as long as you're not spraying water directly into like your alternator or your distributor cap or your fuse box, which they're almost always covered, and you have some common sense as to like what shouldn't have water sprayed directly into it, you're totally fine. I've done probably thousands of engine bays at this point and have never had an issue. Never. So engines are made to get water splashed up on them. That's why there's, they're not like sealed tight from rain. So you got to think through that when you're thinking about detailing it. So yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say these like things right here. I've screwed up these on cars. If you get a pressure washer too close to them, they just like disintegrate. So something to kind of look out for. So what he's using right there is a water-based dressing.
It's going out pretty thick, ain't it?
I always say that like I know, like everybody knows what that means, but I feel like if you were to hear that and not know what we're talking about, you think we're using like ranch dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's actually Thousand Island.
Yeah.
So
they put on your animal fries.
Yep.
Do you want your engine bay animal style? I don't.
Yeah, so a dressing is basically like a shine product. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know exactly what makes it up, but like a tire shine, a trim shine, any of that, those are all dressings. So you would like dress the plastics. I don't know where that term came from, but that's just what.
Because they're naked, bro.
I feel like nobody. This is probably a better way to explain it. If you don't like the shiny look of plastics or rubbers, like a lot of people don't like super shiny tires, then why would you call it tire shine? You call it tire dressing. It's more of like an all-encompassing term. Because not everybody wants their tires super shiny. But anyways, there's typically 3 kinds of dressings. So there's
ranch,
water-based,
balsamic,
yeah,
and vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette. And we're using vinaigrette today.
This is the vinaigrette dressings.
I just like when mechanics are working on the engine, I like them to be able to, it's got to taste nice, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want just bare plastic
The
flavor.
alternator's out. How are they going to taste what's wrong?
How are they going to taste the alternator?
How are they going to smell out what's wrong?
Anyways, so there's water-based dressings, there's oil-based dressings, and then there's solvent-based dressings, from what I understand. Again, I'm not a chemist, but water-based dressings are, as you may guess, water-based. Wow, how about that? And the cool thing about them is if we are detailing an engine bay like this, it's already wet, we use a water-based dressing, the water isn't going to separate from the water. So what will happen is all of the water will evaporate over time, and then what will be left is just the, I think, silicone? I don't know, whatever makes it shiny will be left. So if we were to use like a solvent-based dressing, like like the blue tire shine or whatever, then it would be. Let me turn this up a little bit so you guys can actually see me. Then it would leave it like just how like when oil and water. Okay, you guys still can't see me. Like how when oil and water separate, you'd have like blotchiness all over the engine bay. So what it does for us is it saves us time, so that we can let it evaporate and then come back, wipe off the excess, and it looks beautiful. So I really like these. So you want to let them know what you're doing?
I am not with that attitude. I am
Watch
spraying.
live as the show gets fired on camera.
I am degreasing all the engine bays, all the door jams, and all the door sills and all that. Because if we don't break up the dirt and we just spray it around, probably not going to get as much off of it as we want to. So
Yeah.
just breaking it down beforehand.
And these are pretty clean. These aren't too bad, but some of them get really dirty. So down here, a lot of these like rubbers get pretty musty. Musty's a good word.
Musty.
Over time.
Mustard.
Yeah. Figure if you gotta use mustard on the interior if you're using Thousand Island on the engine bay. Yeah. So I think this is like key staple to any wash. You gotta do the door jams too. Can't just clean the outside. Anyways, so yeah, spray them down, and then what I'll do is, not to get it on the interior, I'll kind of move quickly, because if I just held it there, it would start to spray. So notice there's really nothing get on the interior. Very, very little. And if it is, it's just right here. So while that may be intimidating to do, it's You could just wipe it down if you wanted to, but and then I'll keep this door closed. I don't know if you can pan that way to see that, or if you already can see it, but
I see it.
I'll get this door jam or this door seal right here, you know, along the door, and then that kind of little hinge area. So again, moving down. If I move down, if I were to hold it there, it would just spray everywhere. Keep the momentum of the water down. So that's good for that door jam. And then when we come behind and dry this thing, we'll kind of get the rest of any residual. So you notice how I close that door and then do this one. That way, as I'm going down, I'm not spraying into the passenger, into the driver door. And then this is the only area where I won't spray, just because it's pretty much impossible to not get water. So I'll just kind of wait and do that when I dry it out. Looks like this might already have a little bit of protection on it. It's beating water pretty good. This is a tricky one. I'm probably gonna get you guys wet, but it's like almost impossible to do this without getting wet. As long as there's, yeah, I think it might have got a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Bam. So that's that. And then the trunk jam is kind of a tricky one. Just got to keep moving. A lot of times, door jams have really never been done on vehicles. Everybody kind of forgets about them, but it makes a big difference. Then I'll kind of look at it from the side. I don't know if you can see this, if you can get in close, but there's, kind of come around this way. Like right in that little crack there, there's just right up against that seal. So anyways, you can't really see it that well, but just little things like that kind of make a big difference when you do a detail package. What are you using there? Tell the people.
Using Sprite. No, it's a wheel acid to get the brake dust and excess gunk off of it.
So what can you not use wheel acid on?
Cannot use wheel acid on aluminum because it'll pretty much ruin it, and you have to
unless you're polishing it.
You have to repolish it. And,
like we purposefully did it on a trailer
because we were polishing it. Yeah.
And if there's like a bunch of built up stuff in aluminum, then you're like going to be polishing it.
This stuff's not fun to breathe in. So
yeah,
if you're going to be using kind of stuff like this, masks are really good holding your breath.
Yeah, do as we say, not as we do. Is that the phrase? Yeah.
I'll do what I want.
All right. So we'll use that to kind of get the majority of the debris off the wheel. And then, yeah, you can keep washing those, and I'll just do the next steps on this one. Yeah, so then what happens is, so acid obviously is going to break down dirt and debris, but it needs to be neutralized. So you'd use something more basic like a degreaser to come behind and kind of stop the acid kind of eating away at the dirt. I'm big on wheelbarrows, especially on a black car or black wheels, because if you don't do it right, it just makes the whole wash pointless, makes everything look like crap. So, and what we'll do is, once we're done with all the wheels, we'll turn the wheels by obviously driving the car, turn it 180 degrees, and then that'll help us to get to kind of the other side of the face of the wheel. So acid kind of makes quick work of wheels, just because there's certain wheels I wouldn't do it on, and if the wheels are coated, then I wouldn't do it, because it's just going to prematurely wear the coating. So then you just get some non-acidic wheel cleaner. Need the pressure washer. Send it. But on something that we're prepping, you know, or something that we're doing like a basic wash on that hasn't been coated, there is never going to be, I mean, nobody's going to have protection on their wheels. Nobody, you know, wheels are always uncoated and unprotected. Nobody waxes their wheels, you know, which I think is idiotic because of the fact that wheels get dirty so much faster than the rest of the vehicle. So you'd think that wheels would get coated before paint does, you know? Like the amount of people that get a paint correction and coating from us and don't get a wheel coating, it just doesn't make any sense, because I mean, your wheels are going to be dirtier a lot quicker. So I'm going to do the tires, get some degreaser on there. It's kind of weird doing it with trying to film this while Sachel's doing the rest of it, so we're going to have to probably mix up the order a little bit, exactly how we do it. But I'm big on wheel wells. Big on wheel wells. I feel like it really makes or breaks a detail. The amount of times I've seen people detail cars and then not do the I'm talking to the peep, and then not do the wheel wells. It's like, drives me crazy. I was just saying how, like, the amount of times I see people like wash their cars and detail them and then just leave the wheel wells like ugly and undressed and like brown. It's like, why? It's like, I don't know, it just bugs me. You know, in a perfect world, I would design a detail business where like the only package I have is like a concourse detail, because it's just, I hate leaving something on the table. I want to say money, but obviously that's not the case. I'm talking about like I think every detail we should take the wheels off. Every detail we should coat the wheels. Every detail we should, because you can never clean the wheel wells good enough unless you take the wheels off, you know. So that's why I love doing wheels off details, you know, like we do on a lot of our coating packages, because then you can really clean the wheel wells. You can get under there and, you know, isopropyl wipe everything, and then whenever there's plastic wheel well liners, we'll coat those. So that's the way that every detail should be. One of these days. So I want to be able to like take my hand and like rub it up in the wheel wells and not feel anything, you know? I don't want to see any like dirt fall out or anything.
How's it going on out here?
Huh?
How's it going out here, man?
It's going good, man. Where'd you go?
I was checking on the boys. The boys, you know?
Cool. So let's just turn this thing real quick and then good to start washing.
Which way do you want to turn it? Forward or back?
Back. I can go forward.
Forward? Do you want to move the what line?
Yeah.
Pressure washer line.
Yeah, so what we were talking about when I say turn it, I'll show you what I mean. I use the valve stem on the wheels to kind of remember where it's at. So if I know the valve stem's on the bottom of this wheel, I'll have them keep going until it's at the top of the wheel. So little bit more. That's good right there. So there you go. Now we get the other face of the wheel. You can probably see there's some dirt. You know, so this helps us to get both sides of the face of the wheel. Make sure we get everything on it. Do you like these things?
The Honda Accord Sport?
Yeah.
I think they're great. I mean, I've probably first time driving one, but
I just feel like
it's pretty nice. I had a normal Honda Accord.
That's true.
So it's a special place in my heart for sure. Good old bagel.
I don't know, the body lines on these are they're super clean. Probably like the only Honda I like, honestly. Newer Honda. Obviously there's some cool old stuff, but I just don't really like the Civics. Do you like the new Civics? I just feel like the taillights bug me.
I think they're fine.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the ones that look like the hatchbacks?
Yeah.
I kind of like them.
You like them?
I kind of like them. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan, but I don't think they're terrible.
Yeah, I just couldn't buy one of those over these. I guess the gas mileage is different, but I'm like, even the SI.
I mean, your current whip's pretty fire, I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah. It's tempting to do like a car wash business for sure. Just because like, I feel like there is a need for like a very, and obviously we're gonna do it, but it's tempting to do like a full-fledged like car wash, like stationary car wash like in town, and then just do like very, very high-end washes. So maybe we will eventually. I don't want to dig my own grave, but if that's the phrase. Dig my own grave. There you go. But like, the problem with the car wash industry is everybody is, everybody's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Everybody's like too comfortable with, and like convinced that a car wash should cost, like they associate a car wash with like between $5 and $30. $5 for like the drive-through crappy washes. So if I'm telling them like $100 for a wash, they're like, no way. But you think about like the time and energy that should be put into a car wash. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd much rather have somebody get a car wash less often and then just do it right. But while I'm doing the wheel wells, I'll take the wheel mitt and get the painted lip of the wheel. Wheel well. There you go. Just because the fact that it always gets missed too. We are almost ready to wash, ladies and gentlemen.
Almost there, man.
Wash and talk, except we don't wash the car until the very end. Prep and talk. There you go. That's our own name.
Tep and Puck.
So what he's doing is he sprayed some degreaser on there, which is it's like a budget bug remover. You notice he's not getting super close to the panel because you can blast off clear coat with. What's up, dude? Yeah.
Say hi to the camera, boys.
Say hi to the camera.
These are the Napa Auto Spa boys.
You gotta get down over here.
These are our local boys.
Go introduce yourself.
Come here. Yeah,
it's on, dude.
It's rolling.
It's fully on.
I think.
They can't hear you though.
Oh, they can hear. Come on. Oh! Don't do that ever again. That's gate. That's Goa. They can hear you.
They can hear us.
They can hear us. They can hear them still.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Break.
Cool. Can I rant about foam cannons?
No.
No. Yeah, all right. Fine. Foam cannons suck. No, I'm just kidding. I just really hate how, I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I really hate how...
Are you ranting about foam cannons?
I'm ranting about foam cannons.
What did I say?
It's not that foam cannons are bad. That's the thing. It's not that they're bad. It's that people design a whole business around foam cannons as if they're some like revolutionary thing.
They are. Look at them. They're cool looking.
It looks cool.
Red team or blue team?
Blue team. So you want to take them through kind of
helicopter.
Two bucket wash method for the people that don't know it.
2-bucket wash method. Essentially what you do, you have 1 bucket full of soapy water, nice soapy water. Soap really helps, one, to break down all this crap that's on the surface of the car, but also gives you lubrication for the mitt, because it doesn't matter how soft the mitt is, if you're using it on a dry surface, you're probably going to put some kind of scratch into it.
Yep.
We personally, and we recommend that you start from the higher panels of the car and work your way down, just because the cleaner parts of the car usually on the top.
Usually,
and
yeah.
If you start from the top, work your way down, you're not really introducing any new dirt to places where it hasn't been already.
Right.
So that's the first bucket. The second bucket is just clean water. The reason you do that is so if you catch a leaf or a stick or a rock or anything on your way around the car,
or even just dirt.
Really just dirt, yeah. You dunk it in the clean water, get all that abrasive off of it, and then reintroduce it to the soap bucket.
Yeah. And depending on how dirty it is, you could really do like almost the whole car. Like if a car is really clean, you could really do a whole car without having to dip it in the water until you do, like this one's pretty freaking clean. So we could do this whole top side and then dip it in the water and then do the bottom section. You know, so now I'll go dip it in the water, clean out the mitt before I do that lower area. So I just take it, kind of agitate it in the water, make sure there's no dirt in there, and then wring it out into the water. And then now I'm getting nice, clean soap.
Good. Let's
go.
go.
This lower section of the vehicle. Let's go.
And as far as I think the lower section of the car is the most underappreciated part of the car.
Yeah, like the low section.
The low section, because people are like, oh, it's fine, it's the low section. You can't even see it. Bro, you can see it. Like,
makes a difference.
Like, when we do a detail here and we see that the skirt underneath is like dirty still, like, that's a failed detail at that point, you know?
Totally. Do you get the front bumper?
No. We don't have a grading system of like A, B, or C. It's like you either pass or you fail. You know?
Yeah, I think I was saying earlier, and I didn't finish my thought, but I was talking about how, I don't even think you could hear me. I think I was doing the wheel. I was talking about how, like, I wish that, and maybe one day it'll be this way, because we're building a customer base of people that actually care about their vehicles and don't just want, like, the cheapest, possible option.
Right.
So realistically, like, a car is the second most expensive thing that you'll purchase in your life.
True.
Other than a house. And oftentimes you purchase more cars than houses. I mean, that's not always the case, and depending on where you live, houses can be significantly more expensive than cars, i.e. California. But like, if we continue to build a business around people that actually care about their vehicles, I'd love to just not even have any packages that aren't like concourse details. Like literally just every package is concourse level, That'd be sweet.
Clay. Let's go.
Napa Auto Spa, this is Damien.
Get it nice and shaped. You're just gonna lightly, emphasis on lightly, rub it over the paint. Very, very light.
Yeah.
You do not want to dig into the paint. Let the clay do all the work. Because the harder you press, the more marring there is. The more cloudy your paint will get. So it does pull out all the gross contaminants that make polishing difficult, make your paint difficult to wash and grip water, and you're more prone to get chips and oxidation and rust in certain places if you keep those contaminants in there. But generally, it makes your paint look way better. I mean, you get all the crap out. It's good. There are some tougher places where, you know, you don't want to press harder, but you do want to let the clay sit over it a little bit more. It's probably one of the most important parts about prepping the car for coating because of alright, just make sure his mic was off. He's talking to a customer right now. But I feel like this could be like one of those cooking shows, you know, where the people, just us two, there's a car, and we're just like, alright, today we're gonna cook some eggs Benedict, except the eggs Benedict is a car, and I have no idea how to cook, so that's cool. So I just hope you guys enjoy this. But yeah, this hood's gonna be nice and decontaminated. This is what we call physical decontamination. So you have the like acidic chemical decontamination, like fallout removers and stuff like that. The problem with that kind of stuff is usually they only focus on one specific type, so like iron, stuff like that. Not so much like overspray or. This paint's gonna look so good, dog. Ooh, shoot. This paint's gonna be fiery, my guy. I don't think you understand. A lot of things to talk about, like clay. It's good. It's good for your car. It's like an exfoliant, you know. Think of your car like a face, like a big face, and if you don't wash it, gross things happen. You get gross things, and your face is gonna look weird. You're like, oh, my face looks fine. It's like, yeah, from far away though. If I get up close, face looks weird. I know from experience. My face looks weird all the time. What are you laughing at? It's not that funny. Personally, I'm very attacked by it. I'm sure. Yes, spray. What do you guys look at this? Look at all that gunk. It's off the paint. It's gonna be sick.
Where you at on this?
Just finishing these two doors in this side of the roof.
Okay, so I'll just start rinsing then?
The rough, you know?
Cool. Oh, they stole our cart.
We stole their cart.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay.
But did they really need it? No.
I mean, probably.
I'm gonna go switch over to the deionized water.
Okay.
Some awesome guy that I'm secretly hoping is watching this gifted us a heated air blower, like air dryer for cars. But funny enough, I literally just bought one like a month ago.
Less, yeah. Say less.
And this guy calls me up and he's like, hey, I just got this thing for myself for Christmas, or I forget what his reasoning was, and he's like, I'm not going to use it, so I just wanted to gift it to a local business. I'm like, dang, generous. Got to dry off the wheels and stuff, but thanks for checking this out. We'll be doing these more often, so stay tuned, and don't forget to let a friend know about us. Supporting small businesses in a time like this is huge, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Sweet.
1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter.
Podcast PTSD.